Will begin. Fine. Fine. So what we have done is we have till now what we have done is we have seen the impedance at any point on the line, right? And what we have seen is how to calculate the reflection coefficients at any point. Now, based on those things, we'll move ahead and we'll derive some more conclusions. Okay. We'll derive some more conclusions. Anyone want to ask something or say something? Hello? Hello? Okay. So what we'll do today is we'll finish this module of transmission line today. And so what we have is Angel ma'am, you can admit students. Okay. Yeah. So we have seen already the Z of L at any point, right? Can anyone tell me what? Can anyone dictate me what is Z of L? Hmm? ZO into ZL plus ZO into tan of hyperbolic. Or if I talk in terms of lossless line, I can write this. If I talk in terms of lossless line, right? ZO plus J ZL tan of tan. Is this right? Is this
Yes,
equation
sir.
right, students? Okay, fine. So we have derived till this point. Now what we need is we need to understand few more parameters, right? We have understand the impedance.
आधा पैसा काका से लिया हुआ बोला ने
I think Abhishek, Sakshi, can, students can mute. Can you are already co-host.
चुप 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 चुप
Yeah, fine. So students can mute themselves. Okay. So we have got Z of L. Similarly, we got V of L. Anyone remember what is V of L? What was that? V of L at any point on the line? It was V plus e raised to j beta L plus V minus e raised to minus j beta L, right? This was for any point on the line for a lossless transmission line. Similarly, we got I of L, right? Which was what? I plus upon ZO e raised to j beta L minus I minus, or sorry, V plus upon ZO and V minus upon ZO. So this all we have already derived and you all have already attempted in exams and scored very well. So I don't have to revise all this again. Okay. So I'm assuming you all, I mean, I'm not assuming, I know you all know all these things. Okay. Okay. So now from this, what we get is we get some important parameters. We'll have to derive some more important parameters before we end this topic. We have something called as SWR. Okay. That needs to be studied. We have something called as power delivery, or that you study in your basic network theory also, power transfer to the load, that we need to study. And we have one more thing to study, which is called matching network. Okay, what is that? I will explain. So this three thing we will try to finish, we'll try to cover. Let's see how much we can cover. Okay. So everything is visible, right? The screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So we'll start with the very first thing, which is called SWR, standing wave ratio. Okay. So it's a very important parameter in your electromagnetics. As I said, when I say electromagnetics, it's not only electromagnetics, it also means antenna, it also means microwave. Okay. So it's a series of subjects. Okay. So this parameter is very important. Okay. What does this gives is, we'll see, first of all, we'll see what is this SWR. Okay. So before that, we should know, so we have V of L, we have I of L. Now, this voltage and current are varying along the line, right? So if we have a line, if we have a transmission line, our voltage and currents are varying along the line, right? So if we have a load ZL, okay. So the voltage and currents are varying. And why it is varying and all, we have already seen. Okay. Now, so if they are varying, if I calculate mod of V, if I calculate mod of V, and if I calculate mod of I, if I calculate mod of V, and if I calculate mod of I, and if I plot them, and if I plot them, if I plot, say, if I plot, say, this is, so if this is load and suppose this is load and if the source is, if the voltage wave is coming, okay, and similarly there is a current wave, okay, there can be a current wave with some phase difference, okay. So voltage and current can have phase difference, and you all know, if there is a phase difference phi between voltage and current, we call this as I mean the phase angle, and we have something called as cos of phi, which is called the power factor, right? You may be remembering from your basic subjects. Okay. So cos phi is basically the power factor. Okay. So that there is a phase difference between voltage and current. Now what happens is, so this voltage wave and the current wave which is traveling, and if I plot mod of them, okay, if I plot mod of V and mod of I, what I get is I get a standing wave. I get a standing wave. Okay, I get a standing wave. So, and from that, from those graphs, what we get is we'll get another parameter called as standing wave ratio. Okay. And if we talk in terms of voltage, that becomes V, voltage standing wave ratio, if we do it for voltage. Now see, this is suppose mod V graph. This is a graph of mod V. So at some point it is maximum, at some point it is minimum, maximum, minimum, right? So there is something called as Vmax and there is Vmin. Okay. Students can mute themselves. VSWR is basically ratio of Vmax. Parveen can mute Vmax and Vmin. So that ratio of Vmax upon Vmin gives you this VSWR. Okay. So it's a very important thing. We'll derive this, and we'll see what is the significance of this VSWR. So let us derive this VSWR. So how to get this VSWR? So it's a basically ratio of Vmax upon Vmin. But where do we will get Vmax? First, we need to get mod of V. First, we need to get mod of V. So how will we get mod of V? Can anyone tell me? So we have V of L. We have V of L as, it's recording, right? Yeah. So, fine. So V of L is, we have V plus e raised to j beta L plus V minus e raised to minus j beta L. So how do we get the maximum and minimum from this? Can anyone tell me? How do we get maximum and minimum from this? Or I can also express this in terms of gamma L, in terms of gamma L. If I take V plus e raised to j beta L common, what I will get is 1 plus V minus upon V plus e raised to minus j beta L. Okay. And that gives me, I can say this as gamma L, or I can write this as gamma L into e raised to minus j beta L, right? Okay. So this is our voltage at any point on the line. Now, how do I get magnitude or maximum value? So suppose I need C. What is my VSWR? So we have seen, first we need to get the maximum and minimum. So when this quantity will be maximum and when this quantity will be minimum? Students respond. Meghna, Pranay, can you tell me when this quantity will be maximum? When this V at any point L will be maximum, when it will be maximum? So we need to first understand like what are the various components, right? So V plus is also a complex quantity. See, this is a complex quantity. This is magnitude, but it's a complex quantity. This is phase. This is phase. This is constant. Someone has replied. At 0, it will be minimum. No, no, no. At 0, when we say at L equals to 0, that means we are at load, right? At load. So at load, what will be V of 0? V of 0 will be what? V plus so e raised to j beta L. L is 0, so e raised to 0 is 1. It will be 1 plus gamma L. Okay, e raised to 0 is 1, so it will be okay. So what did someone replied? Sohan that at 0 it will be minimum. So see at 0 what is happening? This is V plus into 1 plus gamma L, right? So on. Whereas if you see, so will this become 0 because this is 1 plus something? Will it become 0 ever, right? Because we have already seen gamma L. We have already seen gamma L, which is what? ZL minus ZO upon ZL plus ZO. So if you see this gamma L quantity, even if it is 0, so minimum value it can take is 0. So if this is 0, this is V plus. So it will never be minimum. Okay, at load. We'll see how to find. Yeah. So this is also a complex quantity. Okay, this is also a complex quantity, and this is a phase. Now, can we separate this magnitude and the phase component? So see, if this is a complex quantity, so it will have certain magnitude and it will have certain phase, right? If this is a complex quantity, so it will have magnitude as well as phase. So what I can write is, I can write this is V of L is equals to V plus e raised to j beta L. This is another phase. 1 plus gamma L, I can write magnitude of gamma L. So you remember complex quantity, how do we write? We write R e raised to j phi, right? This is how we represent complex quantities, right? So R is the magnitude and j phi, e raised to j phi is the phase. So I can write some quantity as phase of deflection coefficient. So I can write this as say phi. I can write this also as phi, and this there is minus j to beta L. So I can take common, so that will become minus 2 beta L. So this becomes your V of L in terms of magnitude and phase. Now someone can tell me, can someone tell me like when this quantity will be maximum and when this quantity will be minimum? See, what decides when a quantity is maximum or minimum? It is the phase, right? It is the phase which decides, because as we travel along the line, the phase changes. So if the phase is changing, the quantity, the magnitude of the quantity also varies. So if you see, we have e raised to j phi minus 2 beta L. Okay. Someone is saying something? No. Okay. So I can rub this. Okay. So that means when my phase which is phi minus 2 beta L, my phase which is phi minus 2 beta L, and we know e raised to j phi is what, from your basic mathematics, complex algebra, what we get is cos phi plus j psi, right? So when is this quantity going to be maximum? At which phi? At C, if I say phi as n pi, what will happen? So it will become what? You all have studied your mathematics, right? What will this? I mean, what will this phase will take the values of? So e raised to j phi will become what? I mean, this whole quantity. At 0, 1. Yeah, so n is right. So at some point, so suppose if n is 0, so this will be cos 0 plus sin 0, it will be 1 plus 1. And if n is 1, if your n is 1, so cos pi, which is minus 1. So it will be taking plus or minus 1. What value it will take? It will take plus or minus 1. That means if the phasor, if the voltage phasor, okay, where the phase of the voltage, okay, is a multiple of pi, where the phase of the voltage is multiple of pi, what will happen in that case? Our ej phi will be plus or minus 1. So that means what can I say roughly? I can say this as v plus e raised to j beta L 1 plus or minus mod of gamma L, right? Students, are you all getting this? Are you all getting this? Anyone reply? Huh? Tell me. Okay, fine. Divyaman is saying yes. Okay. So that means, so what, see, this is 1 is constant, fine. I don't have problem with 1. Now, yeah. So that means this plus or minus will govern our maximum or minimum quantity, right? This plus and minus will govern our maximum voltage, whether voltage is maximum or minimum. Because what we need is, we need voltage maximum and voltage minimum at any point. I mean, so it will be maximum at certain point, it will be minimum at certain point. So Vmax, what can I say Vmax? So if you see from your previous thing, so it will be V plus. So see, I can also include this in the phase. So I can skip this. I can also include this in the phase. So I can skip. So what I get is Vmax if I want, sorry. If I want Vmax, what will I get? My Vmax will be V plus 1 plus mod of gamma L, right? It will be 1 plus mod of gamma L. Similarly, when I say Vmin, my Vmin will be what? V plus 1 minus mod of gamma L, right? Are you getting this? Okay. So there was some network issue. There was some disconnection. Okay, so what we get is, we get Vmax or mod of Vmax, we can say, is what? V plus into 1 plus mod of gamma L, right? And we get Vmin as V plus 1 minus gamma L. Don't worry, I will give you all this thing. I will make notes and give you all this. So because the network keeps on disconnecting, so the screen will have to again refresh. Okay. Okay, so Vmax, Vmin, fine. So, and then we define something. So if you see our voltage wave, so if I say this is mod V plot, and similarly, if I say this is mod I plot, okay. And see from Vmax and Vmin, what we will get. So can you all see the screen? Hello? Hello? Arana?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, fine. Yeah. So basically I'm on my mobile internet, so LAN is not working. So some network issue may be there. So just keep responding so that I get to know whether we are connected or not. Yeah. So Vmax is there, Vmin is there. Okay. And from that, what we can get Imax, mod of Imax. We can get mod of Imin. Okay. So from this, what will be the Imax? Can anyone tell me? So Imax will be what? Simply Vmax upon Z0, right? Vmax upon Z0, and Imin will be Vmin upon Z0. Why? Because when the voltage is maximum or minimum, what happens is the impedance at that point, the characteristic impedance at that point is real. It's not complex. So what happens? At a point when the voltage is maximum or the current is maximum, the voltage becomes minimum. So if you see, wait. Yeah. So what we'll get is when we plot the standing wave ratios, okay. So when the voltage is maximum, what we will get at the same point where the voltage is maximum, we will get Imin. So if this is suppose Imax, there will be Vmin. And this is Vmax, it will correspond to Imin. Okay. And the impedance at that, so we are going along this length. Okay. And these are SWR, standing wave ratios. So when the voltage is maximum, current is minimum. And when the current is maximum, voltage is minimum. And the impedance at that point is real. The characteristic impedance is real. So we define something. So we have already seen now SWR, standing wave ratios. This is standing wave pattern. Okay. So you can see pattern for different transmission lines. You can just Google standing wave patterns for different transmission line, for microstrip line, for coaxial cable. So different transmission mediums, you can see the SWR. Now we define something called as VSWR, okay, which is the voltage standing wave ratio, which will be your Vmax upon Vmin. Which will be your mod of Vmax, which we have derived this one, upon Vmin mod of Vmin. So what will be this? Can anyone tell me what will be this? Vmax upon Vmin, what will be this? You simply have to divide, right? It will be 1 plus mod of gamma L upon 1 minus mod of gamma L. 1 plus mod of gamma L and 1 minus mod of gamma. Right? And we denote this VSWR by a symbol which is rho, or you can say rho. Okay. Rho symbol. So rho is what? 1 plus mod of gamma L, capital gamma L, 1 minus mod. And what is this mod of gamma L? When we say mod of gamma L, what does this mean? This means mod of ZL minus ZO upon ZL plus Z. So even if this quantity is complex, we will take the mod of that and we'll get VSWR. And this VSWR is a very important parameter because this this describes our reflection on in the line. This describes our reflection in the line. So when we will study, I mean in the next module we will study Smith chart. So what we'll do in Smith chart is we will find this VSWR on the Smith chart, and that will give us the row will give us the reflection. So basically it is an indicator. VSWR is an indicator of reflection on the transmission line. So it's a very important parameter. Okay. Okay. So this is an indicator of reflection on the transmission line. Now, can anyone tell me what will be the maximum and minimum value this VSWR will take from this? See, this is mod, right? This is 1 plus mod of gamma L, 1 minus mod of gamma L. So what will be the maximum and minimum value this VSWR will take? Students? Hmm? Say something. So what can be the minimum value? I mean, so see, we have mod of gamma L. Someone replied. Minimum is 0. Okay. Meghna says minimum is 0. When it will be 0? Let us see. Can it be 0? Can it be 0, students? Minimum 1, right? Roshni is right. Minimum it will be 1. See, it cannot be 0. Why? Because this is 1 plus gamma L, mod of gamma L. So this is a number. Mod of gamma L is what? It's a number. It's a number. So minimum value it can take is minimum value this mod of gamma L will take will be what? 0, right? Minimum value this mod of gamma L will take is 0. So this will be 1 plus 0 upon 1 minus 0. It will be minimum value rho min. I can say rho min will be what? 1, right? Is the network okay? Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. And what will be the maximum value? Rho max. So maximum VSWR. What will you get? Students can unmute if they are not speaking. Maximum is infinity. Shweta is right. Shweta is right. Maximum value it can take is maximum value it can take is infinity. When it will take infinity, Shweta? Sohan, Shweta, when it will take infinity? L equal to infinity. No. We cannot have some transmission line which has infinite length, right? So we don't deal with that. No. So when your gamma L, when gamma is infinite, no. Gamma cannot be infinite. See, students. Let me clear one by one. When gamma L is infinite. See, gamma L cannot be infinite. Let me tell you. What is gamma L? We have mod of gamma L. This is magnitude, right? And e raised to minus j 2 beta m. Okay. So this is your reflection coefficient, which is what? Your reflected voltage upon incident voltage, right? So can this be so can your reflected voltage be infinite? If your incident voltage is finite, can the reflected voltage be infinite? When gamma L is 1, yes. So gamma can be 1, right? See, maximum value, see, basically we have 2 cases. Let me go to the next page. Okay. So we have VSWR, as 1 plus mod of gamma L upon 1 minus mod of gamma L, right? So when your mod, see, maximum value mod gamma L can take is mod of gamma L can take is 1, because what does this mean? This means all your incident voltage is reflected. all your incident voltage is reflected. And minimum value it can take is 0. That means what? Nothing is reflected. No power is reflected. Students, are you all getting this? Students?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the maximum. So when gamma L is 1, what will happen when gamma L is 1? When gamma L is so say So now I think it will be clear to you. Right. Diviman, Sohan, yes. So that means our rho. So when gamma L mod of gamma L is 0, that means there is no reflection on the line. So our VSWR will be what? 1. That means, so that is why we say this is an indicator of reflection on the line, right? Similarly, when we have mod of gamma L as 1, that means all our incident voltage, or that means say in terms of power. So if all our incident power gets reflected, we can say VSWR will be what? So gamma L will be 1. So in that case, VSWR will be infinite. So that is why our rho varies from 1 to infinite. Okay, rho varies from 1 to infinite, and that is why we say this as indicator of reflection coefficient. That is why we say this as VSWR is what? Indicator of reflection coefficient. Right? So I hope this VSWR concept is clear to you all. Students? Students? Okay, fine. Good. Okay, so we have few more parameters to define. Before that, we'll do something. We'll study some characteristics of transmission line. I mean the impedance. We'll study some impedance.
Sir,
Meghna, tell me.
sir, at gamma L equal to 1, how is it going to infinity?
Okay.
The
Okay.
reflection of
So when
transmission.
gamma L mod of gamma L is your 1, that what does it mean? It means all your incident voltage is reflected. Okay, that means all your power which you give. So whatever power goes from the source to the load is reflecting everything. Load is not taking any power. So there is no power loss at the load. I mean, load is not taking any power and it is reflecting back. So that means when this is 1, when this is, see here, and this is 1, so something, some k upon 1 minus 1, which is k by 0, what will it be? It will tend to infinity, right? Huh?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the concept of VSWR is clear to you all. Now we'll go to impedance characteristics. So this is also a very important property which we will be using in our Smith chart. So your next module, maybe Dongre sir maybe take, or maybe I will take. So we'll see impedance characteristic, okay, is very important when you go to Smith chart. Okay. So one thing we have seen VSWR that we will be plotting in Smith chart. Smith chart is basically a chart where you will be plotting your impedance, plotting your VSWR, and so for any length of transmission line, if you travel along the line, so in the Smith chart we will travel. So we will see how to travel in the Smith chart, and in the Smith chart we will travel for a particular wavelength, and we will find the impedance. See, we have formula, right? We have formula of ZL, Z at any point. If I talk in terms of lossless line, we have the derivation. We all have derived. Okay. So you have tan of theta L will be ZO plus JZL tan. So you all have derived this. So that means if I travel along the length of a transmission line, so in the Smith chart, we will see when we will start Smith chart, we will travel in a circular manner. We will travel in a circular manner for say L equal to lambda by 4, or for L equal to lambda by 2, or say L equal to lambda. We will travel. We will travel some parts of wavelength, okay, along the Smith chart, and from the Smith chart, if I start from a particular point, if I travel certain length, and if I reach at particular point, whatever impedance I get, so if I put L equal to lambda by 4, okay, so at that point I will get the impedance. So that is the beauty of Smith chart. When we will see, you just have to travel, and in traveling in Smith chart for any particular length, I will get all the parameters. When I say all the parameters, I mean Z, I mean VSWR, okay? I mean gamma L reflection coefficient. So I can get my impedance at any point. I can get VSWR. I can get reflection coefficient from the Smith chart. So that is the beauty of Smith chart. We'll see maybe after this, okay, in the next module. So that is the beauty of Smith chart. Okay, but now I mean for time being we will have to do it mathematically. Okay, so we will not use chart now. I mean there are two ways. So either you can find from this equation, okay, put the value of length, you put the value of length and get your impedance, get your VSWR. So if you know the length, okay, if you know Z of L, you all have already derived the equations, right? So Z of L minus ZO upon Z of L plus ZO will give you gamma reflection coefficient at any point, right? And from that you can get the magnitude of reflection coefficient. Okay, you can get the magnitude. Similarly, once you get the magnitude of reflection coefficient, we have VSWR. You can get the VSWR. So there are two ways of solving numericals in the transmission line. So either you can do it by mathematically, you can put the values of L, you can put the values of L and get the impedance, get the reflection coefficient, get VSWR. Another way is using Smith chart. Another way is using Smith chart. So that we will see when we study the next module. Okay. But till, I mean, for time being, we will see. So we have few more parameters to derive. First, we will derive that. Okay. So this way of calculating in transmission line, is it clear? What are the various ways? Students? Students?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think someone is speaking, they can mute. Okay. Students can mute if they are not speaking something. Okay. So now we'll see something called as characteristics of, so we have Z of L, we have Z of L. So what I suggest you all to do is put L. So that means if we are at load and if I travel L equal to lambda by 2, if I travel L equal to lambda by 2, can anyone tell me what will be my impedance? So I have Z of L, and if I travel of length of L by 2, can anyone, I mean, do you have paper pen? You can calculate and tell me. Put L equal to lambda by 2. So we have tan of beta L, right? We have tan of beta L. So what is beta? Do you all remember what is beta? Do you all remember what is beta? Students?
The audio is breaking.
Say again.
ऑडियो ब्रेक हो रहा है सर.
Audio break हो रहा है. Okay, okay. I mean, I am asking, do you all remember what is beta? Audio is lagging. Okay. Audio is lagging. Is it fine now? It's lagging. I am at a classroom, I guess. Here the net is not working. Audio is lagging. Okay. So beta is what it is. See, for a length of lambda, what is the phase change? For a length of lambda, what is the phase change? It is 2 pi, right? Hello, can you all hear me? Students, can you all hear me? Sohan? I think someone is speaking, they can mute. Okay, so audio is not clear. Sohan, Divyaman.
Now it's a bit perfect.
Okay, okay. So when I travel a length of lambda, so this is my length and this is my phase. Okay. So when I
सर
travel
लैग हो रहा है मुझे.
lag हो रहा है क्या? Okay.
Yes sir.
So okay. What we can do is we can take a break. I will shift to another lab somewhere. Okay, students. We'll shift to another
Yes,
lab, so
sir.
we can take a break of 10 minutes. हाँ, तो अभी ले लेते ब्रेक, है ना? खत्म कर दूं? But
Okay, sir.
audio lag हो रहा है कह रहे हैं network. अच्छा. Okay. So when we travel a length of lambda, our phase change is 2 pi. Similarly, if my beta phase changes, beta, okay. So if my phase change is beta, so what I get is beta is equals to 2 pi by lambda. What I get, beta is equals to 2 pi by lambda. So 2 pi by lambda. When I say beta L, what does it mean? It means 2 pi by lambda. And when I say L equal to lambda by 2, this is lambda by 2, lambda cut, 2 cut. So my beta L is pi. That means if I travel, if I know if EM wave, I'm not traveling, if EM wave travels a length equal to lambda by 2, my phase change is how much? Or my phase change is 2 pi by lambda, but my beta L is pi. My beta L is pi, right? So my beta L is pi, and so my tan of beta L, so beta L will be pi in that case. So if I travel, say, so if I am at L and if I am going to L plus lambda by 2, if I am at L, I'm going to L plus lambda by 2. I mean, if the wave travels lambda by 2 distance, so my tan of beta L will transfer to tan of beta L plus lambda by 2. So that will be equal to tan of beta L plus beta lambda by 2. Beta lambda by 2. That will. Can you all see the screen, students?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll just wind up in 2 minutes. I mean, Dongre sir will shift to another lab, and from there he will take 2 to cut. So it will be pi. So can you all tell me tan of pi plus something? What is that? Tan of pi plus something. Pi plus something. That means if this is 0.
Cot BM.
Cot. No, not cot. No. So if you are moving pi plus something, so if this is your pi by 2 and this is your 3 pi by 2. So tan here is what? Positive, right? Tan here is positive. In the third quadrant, tan is positive, so it will be plus. Tan is positive, so it will be plus. And when it is pi, it will be same. It will be same tan of beta L. It will be same as tan of beta L. Right? So that means if I travel, I mean, if the wave travels lambda by 2, your tan of beta L plus lambda, that means your tan beta L remains same. Tan beta L remains same, right? That means if I travel at every lambda by 2, the impedance remains same. So what is the conclusion we have got? If our Z of L is this ZO into ZL plus JZO tan beta L, okay, into ZO plus JZL tan beta L. So if my length travel increases by lambda by 2, tan beta L remains same, this remains same, this remains same, this all will remain same, right? So everything remains same. That means my Z of L equal to Z of L plus lambda by. This is the conclusion. This is the conclusion. Okay? That means if our wave at every lambda by 2 travel interval distance, at every lambda by 2 interval, impedance remains same. Impedance of the line remains same. Okay, students, is this clear? Ananya, is this clear? So, Ananya, Sonia, Divyaman. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the first conclusion we have got. There are many other conclusions, but we will take break. Okay, we will take break of some 10 minutes and then we can resume at 10:05. So this was the conclusion that at every L equal to lambda by 2, sir, please scroll to slide back. Slide back. Any doubt, students? Any doubt in this? Any doubts you can ask? Students, any doubt? Okay. Okay, I will give you all in this writing. I will give you all these things in writing. Don't worry. Okay, you don't have to worry what I am writing, where I am writing. I will give you all in a nice written manner. Fine. So we can take a break and Dongre sir will resume at 10:05 or at 10:06. Okay.